Hey ladies, it's Tamika TTC. It's been a while. Um, I don't even know what cycle day it is. You know, it'll be in the title. It's still cycle 20. Is it cycle 20? Yeah, it's still cycle 20. I think this is like day 5 or something because I've been on um, birth control for almost a week. So it's probably like day 8. Like I'm pushing up on 14 days. Anyway, don't mind my hair. This is step 1 to something that I'm trying to get done to my hair. Uh, I'm supposed to be on vacation, and I have worked every single vacation day, including the weekend, since I'm supposed to have been off of work since Friday. But I worked Friday, um, I worked some of the weekend, and I worked all day today. Um, and I worked yesterday. It's currently 3:43 a.m. I just finished doing this to my hair. I have appointments in the morning, so this was step 1. It took me 2.75 hours, basically. Well, 2.5 hours to get this done to my hair. It's done all the way to the back. I don't know how well you can see it, but as you can see, they're just little mini braids. You'll see the final product in the next thing. Um, One of the things is I talked in a previous video about doing something, probably booking a cruise. So on a whim, last minute, last week, I found a cruise and I booked it. Um, Tried to get somebody to go with me, didn't manage that, so I'm going on my lonesome. But it's just a 3-day cruise, just enough to disconnect me from the world, force me to relax. All right, so a lot has gone on since the last time I recorded. And I did say I would come back about the vitamin D that was coming back with my blood work. Vitamin D plays an important role in your egg quality, but it also plays an important role in implantation. So, my vitamin D was actually 20. It's supposed to be at the very least 30 to be normal. And I've seen some things where the REs would prefer you to have a D3 of 40 for conceiving. So we'll see. So, like I said, my doctor prescribed the 50,000 IUs to bring up my vitamin D. So that's all he mentioned while I was with him the last time. I will see him again in 2 days. Okay, well, 3 days, right? Because today's officially the 19th of December, and that's Wednesday, which means I will see him tomorrow. Anyway, at any rate, I have an appointment to see him. We're going to go over results from my endometrial biopsy as well as the results from the blood test. I thought all the results had come in. It looks like there's something else that's coming in a little bit later. I don't know. That I can't see until later on this morning. So I'll figure that out. But of all the things that I said I was tested for, let's just run down. So my thyroxine is T4, that was normal. My A1C, that is the look back number on the control of my glucose. It's like a 3-month look back. It's 6.4. Mine sort of goes between 6.3 and 6.4, depending on how I've been eating that month. It could be better. 6.4 is just over into the diabetic range. 6.3 is actually just under diabetic range. So, at any rate, My TSH, it does say that it's normal. My TSH is 2.32. Under 4.5 is considered normal for TSH. However, when conceiving, I can't remember. I feel like I was reading or I saw something where, Aries, when you're conceiving, they want to see your TSH under 2. I may have that wrong. I think I mentioned that to the Ari before. He corrected me and he said 2.5. So I am a smidge under 2.5, so I don't see anything going on there. My day 21 progesterone was 6.2. It does say it's in the normal range for luteal phase. Luteal phase is ranging 1.8 to 23.9. I feel like that's probably a bit low naturally, but for me to be naturally receptive, maybe it's not low for me. I don't know. We'll have to see what the doc says. My insulin, and mind you, all this blood work was fasting. My fasting insulin was normal. My thyroid antibodies, normal. Testosterone, normal. We already talked about my vitamin D being 20. That was low. Antiphosphate to dyslorine. I don't know. All of that's normal. Anticardiolipin. This all appears to be negative. I guess it's testing for something. Negative is less than 15. This other one, negative is less than 13. Mine was less than 9 and 10. So, negative. Helper, suppress, or natural killers. My natural killer cells, I think there's a few things in here. WBC normal, RBC normal. My hemoglobin is 12.1. I think they like to see that at 14, so my hemoglobin is a little low. But I've always been like borderline anemic, so my hemoglobin is probably a smidge low. Hematocrit normal. MVC normal. That's actually just into the normal range. Now my MCH, MCHC are both low. Neutrophils normal. Immature granulocytes normal. Lymphs normal. Monocytes normal. EOS, Bezos. He did a metabolic panel. So that's all this stuff. Platelets normal. All this stuff is pretty normal. Going down, going down, going down. My RDW was high. If I'm remembering correctly, with the other two low numbers and a high RDW is an indication that my iron is low. If I don't have that correct, I will put that down here. But I do believe the last time that I've seen this, because I've seen this in my blood work before, the combination of a high RDW and a low, the other two numbers, is an indication that I am anemic by way of low iron. So I have since ordered an iron supplement. It's not here yet. It'll be here tomorrow, just in time for me to take it to my cruise. All right. The absolute CD lymph helper, CD4, CD8 ratio, suppressor, all these natural killer cells, all of these are in the normal range. So, my calcium normal, my glucose, my fasting glucose was high at 107. 99 is the top of the normal. That's expected. I've got insulin resistance. It is what it is. Bun, protein, albumin, all of that normal. Bilirubin normal. Alkaline phosphatase normal. AST normal. Potassium normal. Sodium normal. Chloride normal. My creatinine is a smidge high. I mean, the upper end of high is 1.00. Mine is 1.03. It is a smidge high. Could just be that I'm not drinking enough water. Could also be that the extra protein that I'm eating is possibly causing it to be a little high. So just have to watch that. ALT, normal, carbon dioxide, normal, bun, globulin, AG ratio, all that. Normal, normal, normal. Lupus, anticoagulant panel, normal. All this stuff is normal. Factor 5 Leiden mutation negative. Factor 2 DNA analysis negative. NTHFR. I have a single mutation of C677T. That is the most common mutation of MTHFR. And so what that means is my body has a hard time converting folic acid into folate. So that change that I made to my prenatal, the prenatal that I take now gives me methylfolate instead of folic acid. That was a good change to make. So good that I know that. There are two different mutations for MTHFR. I only have one, and apparently it's heterozygous. So if you're going to have a mutation, this is kind of like the best case scenario. There are worse case scenarios. There's also been a lot of studies where if you have a mutation in MTHFR, it can be an indicator of some other health problems. That is not the indicator. That's not the indication for my level of mutation. So basically, the interpretation on this says this individual is heterozygous for the MTHFR C677T variant, one copy. The MTHFR A1298C variant was not identified. This combination of results is not associated with an increased risk of hyperhomocysteemia, venous thrombosis, coronary artery disease, or recurrent pregnancy loss. However, hypohomocysteemia may also occur due to mutations in enzymes other than MTHFR that are involved in homocysteine metabolism or arise due to acquired factors. In evaluation of vascular and obstetric risk, consider measuring fasting homocysteine. Other risk factors may be detected through systematic clinical laboratory analysis. Now, again, like I said, I took this Bloodwork fasting. My homocysteine plasma, normal. So, that's all that's here. I guess there's some other autoimmune results that are coming back. Oh, sorry, ladies. I'm so tired. And that's what I can't read. Lab Corp is not showing it to me yet, although my doctor has it in his possession. So, hopefully, when I see him tomorrow, all systems will be go, and I'll have a better schedule as far as when my FET will be. Hopefully, not too late in January. Whew. Okay. If I might add, quite lately, I've not been feeling myself. I've not been sleeping well. I was overwhelmed with work. Still sad about just being on this journey. And, it's also a hard time of year. Today is December 19th. Well, at least it is now since it's early morning. December 4th was the 2-year anniversary of my sister's passing. My father passed away on November 26th in 2004. So, this is a tough time of year. It's just a tough time of year. And I don't have a lot of interaction with family. And, I feel like I am functionally depressed. That's what I've been telling people. That I feel like I'm functionally depressed or in a mildly depressed stage. I've mentioned before that I've suffered from major depression. I do believe that it's very easy to slip back into major depression once you've been in one. My therapist at the time felt like that I was probably living in a mildly depressed state for a number of years. She's probably right about that. So I'm recognizing that where I am right now is like mildly depressed. This is kind of like I don't feel myself. I don't feel well. I don't really want to do anything, but I do manage to get some things done. But being overwhelmed with tasks at work, nice guy, and going through this process, I just needed to take some time out for myself, and I apologize about the extreme delay on my videos after the premiere of my BFN, but work has kept me incredibly busy, and when I'm not working, all I've been wanting to do is sleep, sleep, sleep. So I've not been giving myself that sleep these past couple of days because I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done before I go away on the cruise. But I just I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, sorry, I keep yawning. So anyway, that's what's been going on. That's what is going on. I have been too incredibly busy to call another clinic to do another consult. Maybe I'll have time to make an appointment tomorrow. I don't know. I may just have to wait until after Christmas. And see how that goes. I will say I did hear about my pre-authorization for my last transfer that was approved. It was received like the day before or something like that I actually had the transfer. But it was approved, so I will be able to get that money back. The pre-authorizations for my transfer that's coming in January have already been submitted. They've not had a decision on them just yet, but I got a call from my nurse case manager. She confirmed that the facility and my doctor's pre-authorizations are already in. The facility did call me to confirm all of that, so he told me he had informed them, so I was going to call just to verify, but they beat me to the punch, so they called me. So it is what it is. So hopefully in the next video, or if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, the next thing you would have already seen pictures from my cruise. So hopefully the next video I'll have like pictures and kind of show you how I entertained myself for 3 days on the way to the Bahamas and back. So oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I am extremely exhausted. So I am going to sign out now. I believe that has caught you up on what has been going on in the past. I think it's been like 10 days since I recorded. So it's been really crazy. Oh, one more thing. I did mention earlier in the video that I was on birth control. I started that birth control at the beginning of this cycle. That is, again, in preparation for the FET. Sorry. That is in preparation for the FET. So I had the endometrial biopsy right before my cycle started. I started the birth control. I've been on the active pills only for about a week. And when the doctor says when, hopefully I'll find out on Thursday, I will stop the birth control. A new cycle will start, and then I'll begin the estrogen to prepare my lining for transfer. So, but I think I'm already corrected. The vitamin D, my iron is low. So I'm going to take the steps to correcting that. I don't know if he'll give me a script or not, but again, I've ordered a supplement. Hopefully that will help. And you know, I just gotta, oh boy, work on my glucose, continue to work on my blood pressure. Um, and that is going to go hand in hand with um, reducing stress um, and a better diet. But I'm about to go on this cruise, so my diet's not about to not be so great, right? But anyway, I think I'm going to try something new with my blood pressure medicines. I've been looking at like interactions um, with methyl-dopa and nifedipine, and one of the things I'm finding is that methyl-dopa shouldn't be taken with iron products. So I do have some supplements that have iron in them, and the certain supplements can affect the absorption of the medication. So I do have some supplements that I take when I first get up in the morning because they have to be taken on an empty stomach. And then I take all my other supplements at like 9. So I think what I'm going to do is start taking my blood pressure medicines in the morning along with my metformin, um, L-arginine, and I think, I mean, I think NAC, L-arginine, metformin, and I think acetylcysteine. Uh, um, Whatever, or um, L-carnitine. So I'm gonna take those four plus my blood pressure meds to provide a little separation from the other supplements that I take that will have iron in it, especially when my iron supplement gets here. So hopefully it will help um, and give me some better results as far as my blood pressure readings. I'll have to keep an eye on it. Um, but now I think that's everything. And I feel my eyelids closing as I speak. So uh, hopefully this sort of catches you up. And look out for new hair. I'm not going to tell you what this hair is going to be. Maybe you can guess. Um, and see you when I get back from the cruise. Sticky baby dust to all those TTC. Bye.